I just want to start off this video by saying that, God is definitely real. God is definitely real. The devil is definitely real. And I feel like coming from me, you should definitely realize how real he is coming from me. Like, and now, I used to wonder, like, when I started to first, like, read the Bible, it was towards the end of 2023. Started to first read the Bible and started to first, really try to seek God like everybody says. And I started to ask myself, like, maybe, I guess, why me sometimes? And now I kind of understand why, because, my God, when it's coming out the mouth of a person who is so, I'm a very logical person. I'm a very know-it-all type of person. I'm a very logical person. And for somebody like me to believe in God, like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like kind of a game changer. It's like, okay, like if he believed in something that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to rationalize everything. Like, I don't get me wrong. I knew God was real, but it's like, you know how you still have doubt, but you don't really doubt, but you like, it's still doubt there. And you know God is real. You know that miracles can happen. You know these things exist. It's just like, even though you know these things exist, you still try to rationalize every situation low key. Like, you try to find a reason for a lot of situations that you kind of want to find a reason for, because a lot of situations you will brush off as miracles, but certain ones you be like, oh no, this could have been this could have been this. Like, I was believing in spirituality. Like, I guess let's just start there. Like, I used to be a spiritual person. I used to call God the universe. I used to believe in, I didn't buy crystals, but I believed in crystals. And I saw myself, I guess, down the line later on buying crystals. And now that I talk about crystals, it's like, wow. This video was supposed to have been made, so here I am making it. This is different for me, but I ain't no punk. You feel me? I'm gonna slide and pull up for God. You feel me? But, yeah. I'm goofy, y'all gonna see. But I was a spiritual person, and I called God the universe. I looked up angel numbers all the time. I tried to find meanings and everything of that nature. And I just want to say nothing can really compare to it when you was on this side. Like, looking back on spirituality, it just doesn't compare to God. It doesn't compare. And that's just facts. I never even thought I was going to be, like, I never thought I was going to be the person to make this type of video. Like, I never thought that I never could have expected this. I'm going to be honest. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. But, new beginnings, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, I was a spiritual person. I was big into all that. And I felt like even then God would give me some, because I feel like I had some signs when I was following spirituality, right? But it's nothing like now. And, I feel like he kind of gave me signs even then, which shows you how loving God really is. Like, because if you following spirituality, you basically worshiping a different God, basically. I mean, calling it the universe, whatever you want to do, bro. God don't like worshiping other gods. And even though I was technically doing that, he still showed me his grace. And that's what God is all about. It's all about grace, and it's all about love. Like, simple. My girlfriend left spirituality first and started to become more of a Christian again. But she never really stopped being a Christian. She thought she could, not thought she could, but she kind of believed in both. And I kind of did in a sense, but I claimed to the world that I did not believe in the story of Jesus. I didn't. At that time, I didn't. And that's crazy to say. Like, I can't even believe that. I used to say that. Like, that's crazy. My girlfriend never stopped believing in Jesus, though. But I did. And I only believed in God. I just called God the universe. I said God or the universe. Either one, it didn't matter. I looked at it as the universe. I didn't look at it as the Christian God. I didn't look at it as that. Long story short, my girlfriend ended up getting saved. She ended up giving her life to God. And every time she would watch a godly video, every time she would watch a video about God on YouTube, like Christian God, not like universe videos, like spirituality videos, no. Every time she would watch Christian videos on YouTube and I would hear it, I would feel it in my bones. Like I would just be so irritated. I would be so irritated. And I think now, like that was just probably a demon or something. Like, like that was irritated by hearing that. Because if I'm irritated by hearing that, it's probably the correct thing to go with. God is real, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I irritated about hearing that for if I don't believe in that? It's because deep down, I knew that God was real and Jesus was real. I just didn't want to accept it. Because I always equated Christianity as less fun, not having freedom for real. You can't do what you want. And that's just cap. That's just straight cap. I always thought it was that. I always thought it was like you can't do what you want, like it's less fun, you gotta stop. Yeah, you're gonna have to stop a lot of things, but like you're not even gonna care about those things. I'm telling you. You're not. Don't mind my hair. Retweets coming soon. Alright. But like looked at Christianity as this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's because how a lot of us was raised up in the church. Like that's how you look at it. But we was eventually given the choice to not go to church if we didn't want to anymore, and we didn't. Like we used to be forced to go to church, and we stopped going to church because we was given a choice. And then just everything leading like from the beginning made us despise church and all of that. Like, but I was the main one who turned away from Christianity. Like my brother, for example, he never really stopped believing in God ever. Like not once. I did, but he didn't. And I was set on spirituality. I thought that was the for real. Like it felt like it was the for real, but it was, man, that's a trap, that's a trap. Not even low key, high key, that's a straight trap. But yeah, when I would hear my girlfriend watching these Christianity videos, I would get so irritated. Like I remember at one point it just got to the, like I would get irritated. She would notice, she would ask me like what's wrong, and I remember one day like I had told her like it's just I'm just tired of hearing that. That's crazy. You tired of hearing what? You tired of that conviction for real? That's what it is. But I said I'm tired of hearing that. That's crazy. Tired of hearing what, bro? People talk about God? That irritates you? It probably irritates you for a reason. Irritates you because you know that that's what it is. That's the truth. And you don't want to hear the truth. And I was the same way. Bro. I can't even, you know what I'm saying? I was the exact same way. But fast forward, I started to low-key feel like I know God is real. I know Jesus is real. I started to feel it. I couldn't deny it anymore. I just started to feel it. But I started to run from it. Like I started to just like, I knew it, but I wasn't accepting it. That's what I'm trying to say. I just couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept it because I was still equating Christianity with this, you know what I'm saying? Can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, like no fun, like, bro, that's not what it is, bro. That's not what it is at all. Like, you're still the same person. Yes, you're going to be changed. God is going to change you, yeah. Change you for the better. But let me tell you something, like, I started to believe in God again, right? I'm going to just fast forward, right? I've always been a smoker. smoke weed. Not always. I started smoking at like 17. Started smoking consistently when I got out of high school. Started going to work full time, like uh 5 days a week type thing. Started smoking like every day for like 2 years for real. Like a year and a half, 2 years, I was smoking every day. And when I first started smoking, it wasn't even like that. And I'm gonna tell y'all boys something. A lot of y'all think y'all addicted to weed. Y'all addicted to that nick. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all addicted to that nick. Because when I first started out smoking, I was liking the weed. I like the beautiful aspect of it all. My first smoking experience, a lot of y'all smoking experiences be bad. Mine was amazing. I had the time of my life. When I first got high, it was off of an edible. I had the time of my life. It was the funniest day of my life. And now I don't want to do it anymore at all. That's crazy. 2 years. I was smoking every day, bro. Like a year and a half, 2 years. Barely taking breaks for real. Like, when I started off, I was smoking like what, hemps and papers only, hemps and papers. Then as people got around me, to different people, I got introduced to the blunt wraps, and even then, I was when I first started smoking, I had smoked blunts with other people occasionally. I myself would never buy blunts. I would always buy my hemps and stuff offline, because for one, I wasn't old enough to go into the gas station. I almost said G station. I wasn't old enough to go inside the gas station to get me. Ain't no wrong with saying G station, but anyway, I wasn't old enough to go and get no Rellos in the gas station, so I would always buy my hemps and papers offline, you know. And eventually, I got introduced to all the blunts and the backwoods, and eventually, I got the courage to start going in there, just asking myself, and they were selling it to me. So boom, now I'm getting addicted to the nicotine, and it don't affect everybody. Like my brother never liked nicotine ever. No matter how much people around him smoked it, he never liked it. He always preferred hemps. Like that's some real stand-up stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I got hooked into it, spiraled straight down that rabbit hole. All I wanted to do was smoke either blunts or backwoods. It got to a certain point, I was smoking straight backwoods. Swisher Leaf. Let me tell you something about Swisher Leaf. That's probably the most unhealthiest. Bro, if you smoking, bro, that's probably one of the most unhealthiest leaves you can possibly smoke, a Swisher Leaf. I was smoking them things by every day. Smoking Reggie at that. Like, niggas really getting only getting high off the Rello, like just like the nicotine, like that's all it was. The weed was just an excuse to smoke the nicotine for real. Excuse me, y'all boys that smoke blacks is crazy. I could never. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. Just at least go back to weed, and then eventually stop. But nah, at least go back to weed, bro. But anyway, yeah, I was a big smoker. Fast forward about like these 2 years later, or a year and a half later, I just got overly sidetracked. Fast forward, and mind you, I'm low key, I believe in God again by this time. Like when I was smoking, when I first started to smoke, I was still on my spiritual stuff. Like a year into me smoking, I started to believe in God again. But I just believed. I wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, really showing and nothing like that. You know, I'm still doing my day-to-day things. But started to believe in God again. Then eventually, this was 2023, of the summer of 2023, I started to get conviction inside. Like, and you know what that feel like if you ever had it. Like, I'm like, and I knew what it was, like, because, you know, if you, bro, you've been raised in a church, you know all these terms like conviction and all that, you know what that means. And I was feeling it inside, and I'm like, I know what this is. This is conviction. And I knew exactly what it was for. It was for smoking. Because I think before this, I feel like, what if I should start smoking? Because I already, like, one of my doctors already told me, like, you know, because I got sickle cell. He was like, you know, your life would be a whole lot better if you start smoking. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I might stop. Like, I don't think I told him that, but I was like, I plan on stopping in the future. I might just go straight edibles on some stuff. So, yeah, eventually, mind you, that was like months prior to this conviction that I'm talking about. So eventually, summer of 2023, it was probably around like May, I started feeling, it was before the summer, I started feeling like conviction. April, May, leading towards the summer, I started feeling conviction for smoking, right? So I said, okay. It wasn't a right away, okay? It probably took me like a week to go through with it, but I stopped smoking. It was temporary, but I stopped. I ended up going for like, I went for 2 months. I remember I went for 2 months. I didn't smoke for 2 months. Y'all see this now. Listen to what I'm saying. I smoked straight backwoods. That nicotine is addicting. I know because, bro, I went from smoking hemps and joints only, hemps and papers only, to smoking to smoking leaves, swisher leaves, and backwoods every day. I literally did not want a hemp or a paper at all. I didn't even want a hemp or paper at all. I prefer even people around me to roll up a wood or at least a Dutch. Because it's like, you want that wood feeling. That's what it is, bro. You want that nicotine. Stop lying to yourself. That's what you want. I was the same way. That's what you want. You want that nicotine. It's your excuse to not smoke cigs. It's just your excuse to not smoke cigs. It's a lighter version of cigarettes. Like, bro. But yeah, like, every day I was smoking that. And then I stopped for 2 months. 2 months. Ain't nobody but God can do that. A nicotine addict? Because I did like weed. Don't get me wrong, I liked weed. And I was trying to get high off the weed. But I wanted the mix. I like the duo, the twin. You know what I'm saying? I like the twin, the mix. That's what my main goal was, a mix. It's basically like people who roll joints and put grabber in it. You the same person, bro. You're the same person. But yeah, you're the same person, bro. Yes, you're the same person. Grabber. Same person. But yeah, like, where am I at? Yeah. I stopped for 2 months and I ended up sinking back into it. Now, when I was stopped, like, I'm telling you, like, when I was stopped, I didn't feel like I had to start again. Life felt great not smoking. For one, you get more money. You save more money. Life felt great, bro. But, out of habit, I've been doing it for the last 1.5 2 years. Out of habit, I say, let me get back. I just want to try it again. Tried it. Probably went for like a day or two again. A couple more days. Tried it again. Ease right back into it. Boom, I'm back into it full-fledged. And I said that when I got back into it, I wasn't going to smoke woods or nothing. I was going to try to smoke them less. Nope, went right back into the woods. And so, I went back into it. Now we at now we around August time. I'm smoking. Now I'm smoking back regularly, consistently like I used to do. I'm smoking again regularly, consistently, you know what I'm saying? And I think I started to feel conviction again, right? Started to feel conviction again. So I was like, okay. And this is around the time I think I started, I think. No, it is, okay? Because this is August. August through November, because I stopped for good. November of 2023. This is when I stopped for good. Like, I haven't smoked since. And I'm never going to smoke again a day in my life. I was finna say unless God allows me to, but I low-key don't even have the desire to smoke. So even if he would allow me to, it would be like, I mean, I could. It'll literally be like a one-time thing, like a one-time thing. But I probably would never do that. Most likely, 99.99999% of the time, 9% chance, I'm not gonna do it again. That's just facts. It's probably 100% chance I'm never gonna do it again. I have no desire to do it again. God just completely took it away, to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you how. Like, listen. So, look. I prayed to God. When I felt the conviction again, this was around the time I had started watching. Now I'm watching God videos about God. What's the bro name? Myron. I never really was big on watching godly videos at all until this August not this August, last August, 2023. Yeah, this past in August of 2023. I never was big on watching those type of videos or anything like that. Myron Golden, look him up, was the only person that I would watch. It was just the way that he talked about God that got me to actually watch his videos. Like, he was the only person that I would watch at the time. Myron Golden, look him up. Only person that I would watch. He was the only person that I could sit down and watch. That actually, you know what I'm saying, that made me want to watch it. Because it was like just the way that he talked about the Bible and the way that he talked about God. I think a lot of y'all should go watch him. Myron Golden. Myron Golden. I think that's how you spell it. But yeah, like, it was just the way he talked about God, the way he talked about the Bible. Like, that's who really got me into it for real. God obviously got me into it because I felt him. But and I'm gonna also tell you how God is real throughout this video, because if you like me, bro, and you try to write everything off as I'm finna show you. So look, the first thing that God did for me that proved to me he was real, first of all, you feel like conviction inside. Firstly, he delivered me from weed. Never thought it would happen. Ever. I knew I had to stop smoking eventually because of my health, and I was going to, because I got sickle cell, and it would be way better if I wasn't smoking. Like, literally, it would be. Never did I think it was going to be 2023. I'm watching Myron Golden. This is around the time I got inside the post office, right? No, the weed wasn't the first thing. I'm going to tell you the first thing. And it started at the post office. I started working at the post office August of 2023, right? August of 2023, I started working at the post office. August 5th. That's my orientation little thing. You go, if you work at the post office before, you go through that whole process. Yeah, that's when that started, August 5th. So, yeah, I started working at the post office, and when I started working at the post office, shortly after of being on routes, that's when I started watching Myron Golden. Because when you at the post office, when you a mail carrier, first of all, you getting like 12 hours. You out there for 12 hours. You out there for 9 to 12 hours every day. And it'd be like 6 days a week when you first start. Yeah, when you were a CCA or a PTF or a PTE, whatever y'all's is, because it's different ones in different states. You start off 6 days a week, bro. Your only off day is what? Excuse me. I think it's 6 days a week. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was 6 days a week. Yeah, you only got one off day. And you work Sundays. Sundays is package delivery day. Only packages. Hated them. But hated every day in that mug. Like, it's the post office. You ever heard don't go postal? That stuff is real. You're going to go postal. You'll find out what it means if you work at the post office. You're a mail carrier. It depends on what kind of state you in, though. Because some areas, you can be chill. Like, it's just them heavy areas that the mail be smacking. And then you out there for 12 hours every day. Ooh. It's 9 to 12 hours every day, man. Listen, but yeah, the post office. Boom, I'm at the post office. I started watching Myron Golden because I'm on the streets every day for 12 hours. I gotta do something. I gotta listen to something. But around this time when I was working at the post office, mind you, I'm still smoking. I get off of work, go home, smoke. That's what I was looking to. I was looking forward to smoke every day. Working at that mall, you looking forward to something. I was looking forward to getting off of smoking that wood every day. But around this time I started having these bad thoughts, bro. And I hate even revisiting this because I hate it when I was in it. Like, nobody wants to, think about these type of thoughts. I was having these thoughts every day working at the post office. On and off throughout the day and every day working at the post office. Every day I was having thoughts about one of my, I don't want to say which family member. I was having thoughts about something bad happening to one of my family members. I was having this thought every day. I don't even want to say who it is because, you know what I'm saying? I don't even like, you know, I don't want to revisit that. Even though I know in my head who it is and what happened, like, this is the first thing that God delivered me from. These thoughts, bro. Like, it got to the point, like, some days I would cry a little bit. Like, I would cry a little bit because I hated having these thoughts and I could not shake them. I could shake them for some part of the day, then they'd come right back. And I just, like, the whole day, I'm just distracting myself. Every day, like, every day working at the post office, I was trying to distract myself from having these thoughts. And I don't even know if I had any days where they weren't there. Maybe I did, but let me tell you something. It wasn't a lot of days that they weren't in my head. I was just having thoughts about a family member this particular family member passing away in a bad way. And that's how I knew it was from the devil, because it wasn't no structure. It was always, bro, I was having a thought of this family member passing away or something bad happening to them. I was having every single scenario, like any bad thing that could happen, that could possibly happen to you or a family member. That's what I was thinking about in my head. I'm talking about anything, car crash, bro, falling off a building, anything that could possibly happen to a human. That's what I was thinking of in my head, that is happening to this family member that I love so much. That does something to somebody, bro. Like, I couldn't take it. Like, not that I couldn't take it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of person. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. Ever. I already knew that was one of the biggest sins. You, as a Christian growing up, you know that's one of the biggest sins that you can commit. Or, it's probably blasphemy. Or worshiping other idols, false idols. But also, you're not supposed to off yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to do that. But I would never have thoughts like that. You know, that's one thing the devil could never make me do. Because that's just not even in my programming. Not to say that, you know, anybody who has to have that thought, like, there's nothing wrong with you, bro. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just simple. Like, the devil just been working. And you just got to fight back towards him. That's all it is. But I never wished these thoughts on anybody, bro. And I was having these thoughts about one family member, only one family member, because the devil knew how much I loved this particular family member. So he was making me imagine this family member going through these different things in my head, these different death scenarios, every day. Every day I was thinking about this, every day. And I would try to take my mind off of it throughout the day. Every day I was distracting myself. I couldn't wait to go home and put that blunt in my mouth. No homo, but I'm not no homo, but y'all know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to say that. We passed that, but I still be saying that sometimes. Like, but it is what it is. I don't know if it's nothing bad. You know, I ain't trying to offend nobody. You know what I'm saying? Every day I was having those type of thoughts, man. And it got to a point, like, it didn't get to a point. It just, like, I did have days where it was kind of lenient. Like, I ain't really have them like that. And I did have a lot of days that I could get through perfectly fine. Like, have fun the whole day, or, like, not really have fun the whole day. Ain't no fun working at the post office. Only thing that's fun is the money. That's it. But, at least being a mail carrier. But, yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think I would have days where I could handle it and I'd be okay. Like, I had a decent amount of those days, but man, a gang of them days was just, man, not good. And I started watching Myron Golden and stuff, and the way he talked about the Bible and stuff, and the way he talked about the Bible is what actually got me to read the Bible. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. This video is 30 minutes long. Like, what the hell have I been doing? But the way this man talked and spoke about the Bible is what really got me to eventually read the Bible for myself. I downloaded my Bible app back because, if you didn't know, I deleted that mug when I became a spirituality person. I deleted it. Didn't see no need for it. Downloaded it back. Fast forward to when I left the post office. I was only at the post office from August to like November. I was at the post office from August to November because it started to get cold. I got sickle cell. I cannot, and I'm not even capping to you. If you have sickle cell, you know exactly what I mean. If you live in a cold state, you cannot be a mail carrier when it hits wintertime if you have sickle cell. It is impossible. It will not work. I remember it got like, I think I got like 20 something. It was like 20 something. That's it. Bro, I could not complete I completed one street. I quit that same day. I had to resign. I said, this is not gonna work. My sickle cell would not allow it. Like, bro, you know what I mean. If you got sickle cell, you cannot work in cold weather. Like, and then you're a mail carrier. They're outside handling mail in this freezing cold weather. I couldn't do it, so I had to resign. Once I resigned, though, went back to FedEx, you know. Went back to FedEx, and this is when I started to read the Bible. I downloaded my Bible app back, and I started at Genesis chapter 1. Started to read the Bible. Let me tell you, everything changed when I started to read the Bible, y'all. I'm telling y'all how God is real. 30 minutes in. This is my first confirmation that God was truly real. Obviously, I already knew that he was truly real, so I don't even like saying that, like truly real. I already knew that he was real, but you know how you know it's real, but you want those hard, concrete facts because you're a logical person like me. You want those hard, concrete facts. Because conviction wasn't enough, apparently. But, yeah. I started to read the Bible, and let me tell y'all, them thoughts that I was having every day completely went away. I started to read the Bible, like actually read it. Like I actually enjoyed reading it and I wanted to continue reading it. I made it a habit to read it every single day. And do you know, ever since I started reading it every single day, I think I had like missed like a couple days at my beginning when I started reading the Bible in November of 2023. I haven't stopped reading it since. Increased my faith even more. Like what was I just saying? The thoughts that I was having about this family member, these terrible, terrible thoughts, completely went away. I stopped having them. And even now, I can think about the thoughts, and they're not going to affect me. Like, and they're not going to be reoccurring or consistent at all. That's crazy. Like, they completely went away. And once I didn't even realize it at first. When I realized it, I'm like, wait. I got so happy because once you thinking about something like that, and it's not there no more, like you just, man, like, thank God. Like, all praise, you know what I'm saying? All praise to God. That's all you can say. Them thoughts completely went away. That happened at the same time. I stopped smoking, reading the Bible, and those thoughts all went away at the same time. Because I stopped smoking in November of 2023, started reading the Bible in November of 2023, and those thoughts went away in November of 2023. That's just God, bro. 3 things. We know what 3 represents. We know what 3 represents, but look. That's a godly number, y'all. That represents God. It represents God. But yeah, like, though I hate that this video is so long. Like, I don't even know if people can watch this, but God willing, they will. But yeah, those thoughts went away, and I stopped smoking. When I first started smoking, it was hard. Oh, I'm tweaking. I missed something. Boom. Let's go back to August. When I started smoking again, when I picked up, I had went to take a break for them 2 months. Then I started smoking again, right? I started smoking again, right? Them 2 months that I had went at the summertime. Then I started smoking again. I picked the habit right back up, smoking backwards every day, like that. Getting off the post office, getting off of work at the post office, smoking backwards, like that. I prayed to God. FedEx. I prayed to God, right? I was like, you know, God, because I started to feel like conviction again. I was like, God, I can't give it up right now. I'm just way too addicted to stop right now. And I was honest with him. I'm addicted. I was honest with God. I'm like, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I can't give it up right now. I just can't stop right now, God. Like, I just can't. And do you know? Oh, that's FedEx. And do you know, when I prayed to God and I was honest with God about everything, like when I prayed to him and I was honest with him about everything, like how I can't shake this addiction right now. Like I just can't do it right now. Do you know I stopped feeling that feeling in me? Conviction. I was feeling convicted. I prayed to God. I came to him. I was very honest about everything. Do you know that went away? He basically extended his grace. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a little more time. As crazy as it sounds, God is different in everybody's life. I just want to let you know that he's different in everybody's life. What one person can do, the other person may not be able to do. I'm not saying he'll extend your time. Maybe he will. I'm just saying he extended my time. And the conviction went away. Fast forward like maybe a month or two, the conviction came back. It came back. Maybe a month and a half, a couple weeks to a month and a half, fast forward. The conviction came back. And I knew it was time. Like I started to feel it. Like I started to feel like, okay, my time is about to be up. My time is about to be up. That's another way I knew God was real. So technically that's the first one. Then when I felt like my time was about to be up, I had bought my last bag of weed. I said, okay, after this bag, I ain't say it out loud for real, but I kind of made that agreement in my head with God, low key. I came to that conclusion in my head, like, okay, this is gonna be my last bag. That was kind of me coming into agreement with God, low key, because like I kind of was. I was like, okay, this is gonna be my last bag. Then it's gonna be my last bag. Got down to the end of the bag. I was craving. Next day, I went out and bought a pen. Felt terrible doing it, but I was, you know how you push it off. You know how you push that conviction off. Like you just brushing it off. Like you pushing it off, you pushing it away. I felt it, but I was pushing it away. Right. Next day, I went and bought that pen. Weed pen. Fiending, boy. Fiending. I went and bought that weed pen, and I just feel like this video is too long. Like I feel like I don't know. Like maybe I gotta remake this. I don't know. But I pushed it off. I went and bought that weed pen the next day, even though I felt in my core that I shouldn't do it. Mind you, one thing I forgot to mention, by this time, my girlfriend had already been stopped smoking. She stopped smoking at the beginning of 2023. She got saved at the end of 2022. She stopped smoking near the beginning of 2023. I never stopped. Like maybe a couple months into 2023, she stopped smoking. Mind you, when you got somebody around you who keeps smoking, continuing to smoke, it's kind of hard, right? But she went all that time, all the way to the end of 2023. She went without smoking. Not towards the end, but when was it? Like it was probably like October. This is probably like October right here where we at right now. October of 2023. She lasted dang near the she lasted dang near the whole 2023. Without smoking, me smoking every day. Me smoking, whoever I'm around, smoking with them every day. She lasted the whole 2023, did not smoke. I was supposed to stop smoking on this one bag that I had. I said, this is going to be my last bag of weed. Got to the end of it, did not stop. I did stop smoking weed. The next day, I went and bought a weed pen. Not only did I feel like I wasn't supposed to do that, bro, she was feeling tempted. I said, look, like, you sure? Like, I should have snatched it from her. Because I'm not going to let you fall with me. You know what I'm saying? I should have snatched it from her. She been locked in this whole time. And it was because I went and bought, and to this day, she'd say, oh, it ain't your fault. Like, I had full control. I could have said no. That is true. You went the whole 2023 saying no. Had I stopped yesterday, you wouldn't even have this conviction or this temptation today. Had I stopped the day before, she wouldn't even have had this temptation today. That's how I knew it was my fault. She went this whole 2023 without touching a blunt. She put it down. She was never a real big smoker. She only smoked when she started coming around me for real. I'm the one who got her to smoke because I always wanted a smoking partner for real, no cap. No, I wanted a smoking partner. And then it's for it to be my girl, even more better. Even more better. What? Even better. For it to be my girl, even better. I'm like, yeah, like, ooh, I got a smoking partner. I'm the one who got her into smoking. Then she eventually stopped when she gave her life to God. A couple months later, she stopped. Went the whole 2023, not doing nothing, bro. She had temptation. Plenty of it. Didn't give in, not once. And then the day that I was supposed to stop smoking, the next day I went out and bought a pen. Temptation. She smoked the pen. She ended up hitting the pen. She ended up hitting the pen, bro. She ended up hitting the pen. And I felt bad a little bit. She ended up hitting the pen. A little bit I felt bad, but a little bit I kind of didn't. Cause I got a smoking partner again. Even though I'm supposed to stop and I'm finna stop. Now I extended my time. When no, God gave me a set amount of time. Now I'm extending his time. No. That's not how that works. He gave you this time frame. I'm trying to extend it to here. No. I was supposed to stop right here. Next day when I bought a pen, now I'm trying to extend it to here. I said I was gonna stop when that pen went out. No, you weren't. See, you're just gonna pick it right back up. But yeah, so she hit that mug. Now she gets high. She get high. It's been how long since she smoked? 6 months? I don't know. 6, 7 months? She gets high off of barely anything. She accidentally take a fat hit, get the coughing overly hard, get done coughing high. I look at her. You know how you tell somebody high? I look at her, I say, yeah, you high. How they talking, how they looking, their eyes, I say, yeah, you high. I'm like, dang, she high. So, okay, boom. That day's over with. Next day, I go to work at FedEx. On the way home, and mind you, I felt like I wasn't supposed to let her smoke. On the way home from work, this is how God showed me he was real again. He punished. You ever did something that you weren't supposed to do and God spanked you for it? This is basically what just happened to me. I wouldn't smoke that pen. Not only did I go back on my word, that agreement that we had, he extended his grace and gave me an extended period of time. I went back on my word and bought a pen. Then I allowed her to smoke that mug. The one that's been clean for overly long. Come on, man. Next day I get off of work. I'm on the way home. I get right there. I'm close to home. I got my phone in my hand up next to the steering wheel, bro. My mama texting me something. I'm looking at it, and I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her messages on my phone, right? Mind you, I've done this plenty of times, and mind you, I want to say I've always low key felt like God protected me from being pulled over, bro. I always feel like God stayed protecting me from being pulled over. I just like driving fast at times when my music is bumping. I like driving fast. I done drove fast past police officers plenty of times. Yes, I ended up slowing down, but it's about the initial speed of when you pass them, bro. I done passed police officers going over the speed limit plenty of times, and not once did I get pulled over in like a whole 2-year time frame. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like that was God cutting me some slack. Like that's what I always felt like. It was God cutting me some slack. Never got pulled over, bro. God was allowing me to do my thing because, like, I just be enjoying myself, bro. Bumping my Jersey music. All I listen to is Jersey music. Bumping my Jersey music and, you know what I'm saying? Driving like a maniac. Not driving like a maniac. That's y'all St. Louisians. Y'all be driving like maniacs. But, yeah. Yeah. Next day, I get off of work, FedEx, after I just low-key made her smoke. Not made her, but allowed her to smoke, and I smoked it myself, even though I was supposed to stop the day prior. I go to FedEx the next day after all this. Come home. On my way to home, I'm literally down the street from my house, a couple lights away. Couple street lights away. Mind you, I have my phone up here next to the steering wheel, right? I have my phone up here next to the steering wheel looking at my messages to my mama. I did this plenty of times, never got pulled over for it. I did this plenty of times, never got pulled over for it. Never. I passed the stoplight up. I see a police officer in my rear view. When I say the way he sped up on me, you would have thought I had a body in the back. Bro sped up on me like I killed somebody. I threw my hands up. He threw his lights on. I threw my hands up. I'm like, bro, what do I do? Like, bro, I'm like, bro, what did I do? And mind you, this car that I'm in didn't have insurance at the time because we had just got this car and it didn't have insurance. We didn't get it from a dealership. We got it from a buy here, pay here lot. It didn't have insurance at the time. And if you don't know, the state that I'm in, they allow you to buy cars with just a state ID. So I put the car in my girl name. I wanted the car to be just for her. I wanted it to be her car. Obviously, I'm going to drive it because she don't have her license, but I wanted it to be in her name. At first, I was going to have it in my name, but I didn't want to put it in my name. I wanted it to be in her name only. Mistake. I should have put it in my name because since she only has a state ID, she doesn't have a license. They'll sell you a car with just state ID, but won't tell you that you need a license to have insurance on it, bro. So we didn't have insurance on this car because she doesn't have her license. So now we got to get the car re-registered. And that costs a couple $100 just to get it re-registered in my name as well. Ain't that crazy how that worked? But yeah, I got pulled over, got smacked with 2 of them. I got smacked with being on my phone while driving and no insurance. Bro said, I will let you off with a warning, but this state don't do that no more. This state don't do no more, huh? Oh, man, I instantly knew it was God. I'm like, okay. I see what it is. He told me my court date, gave me the papers, gave me my court date. I knew it was God. Instantly knew it was God. I just had the court date, Mind you, I got this ticket in like November. I just had this court date a couple weeks ago. It was January 26th is when I had the court date, January 26th. I got the ticket all the way in November, bro. Just had the court date January 26th. Mind you, I had to pay $250. But God blessed me again. He said, you know what? He blessed me. I would have had to pay like $600-700, but I only paid $250. Because if I would have got convicted of the no insurance, I told bro what it was. I told him the deal. I told him why I didn't have insurance. I was trying to put the car in my girl name. She only has state ID, yada, yada. He waived that. Real stand-up guy. He waived that. He said, I understand what you were trying to do, and I'm gonna write it. We gonna come into an agreement. And I ain't have to pay that. Because had I been convicted of no insurance, that mug would have been 500 bones. 500. For no insurance, the ticket would have been 500. The phone ticket was already $250 by itself. So he said, do you have the money to pay the phone? I said, yeah, I can pay that. Boom, paid that. Got 30-day court supervision. You can't have no more violations, 30 days, yada, yada, yada. Went up on my way. God let me pay $250. Thank you for not making me pay $700. You feel me? So I had to pay $250. It is what it is. So yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. But let's back it up. Yeah, see what God did, bro. Police officer sped up on me like I was smuggling drugs across the border or something, bro. Like I'm a human trafficker. If you's a human trafficker, I just want to say, I smack you overly hard, and I do more. But this is not that video, okay? It's not that video, but bro, but like, yeah, I knew it was God. So, boom, I stopped smoking. Stopped smoking after that. God told me, I gave up my pen. I gave up my pen to somebody. Stopped smoking. And I was reading the Bible every day at this point. I stopped smoking, and I was reading the Bible every day at this point. Or I started to read the Bible. I was trying to start reading it every day, because this is when I just started. So I stopped smoking, and I started to read the Bible more, and I was trying to make it a habit to read it every day. I just want to say, like, after, like, just reading the Bible, like, the way I would feel after reading a couple chapters of the Bible, like, I would just feel so different. Like, it was just peace, I guess. I would just feel like my head was really on my shoulders. Like, I would just feel so at peace, and my head was on my shoulders. Like, I would feel so at peace and so calm, and could nobody really say anything to ruin my day at that point after I had just got done reading my chapters. That's how I was when I first started reading my Bible. And I noticed that. And I'm like, well, I was on a Bible app, the U version. It's called U version. Get that mug. It's straight. But I noticed that I was like, I would literally feel different after reading it. I would feel so different. I'm like this is crazy. Like, I'm like, it would feel so different. What time is it? But I was like, yeah, like, I would feel so different after reading the Bible. So different. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I would feel at peace, and like, I would feel like I would just feel like my head was on my shoulders. Like, I would feel so cool, calm, and collected. Like, that's all I can, like, I would just feel cool, calm, and collected, bro. And God died to me right to make this video. I'm all over the place. I ain't even talking about the part when I smashed the stove. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I would just feel so cool, calm, and collected. Like, I would just feel so at peace, and, like, you know what I'm saying? I would feel great after reading the Bible. Like, yeah, I would feel straight peace. Like, that's all I can explain is peace. And this was happening every time I would read the Bible. After I had started reading it every day, this is what would happen every time. It made me want to read it even more. Like, that's God, y'all. And the more I kept away from the, like, turning away from the weed, like, that stuff just went away in a week. I had no desire to smoke it anymore. I didn't care about weed no more. I didn't want to smoke it. It went completely away. And that's God, y'all. Like, he can do the same for you. Like, that's the whole reason I'm making this video. He can do the same for you. I'm gonna have to edit this more because 53 minutes is crazy. But yeah, that's God. Like, he can do the same for you, bro. And that was November when I stopped smoking of 2023, November of 2023. And ever since, I've been reading the Bible every day. Every day, bro. And I've started to feel God more every day. He would give me signs. Like, he would give me, not every day, I'm saying, like, he'll give me signs, like, from here and there. Like, you know how you dealing with something? Like, for instance, after I started reading the Bible, not only did I lose the feeling to smoke, I also lost, like, all lustfulness. I didn't care about having sex anymore, bro. As crazy as that sounds, I was a very lustful person. I was a very lustful person. I used to watch porn like crazy, but mind you, I stopped watching porn like 3 years ago, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, probably 2. This is before I got closer to God. This is before I even believed in God again. I stopped smoking when I was on my spiritual. I stopped watching porn when I was on my little spiritual thing. My little spiritual thing, but that was probably God as well that helped me stop watching porn. I was a very lustful person. Even all the way up until 2023, I was a very lustful person. Don't get me wrong, I still like, doing it, but I'm not like how I was before. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, niggas low key, y'all be fiending for that. Y'all be fiending for sex. I mean, it's okay. I understand. I was the same way, but not really, like, I wasn't fiending into a point. It's like, okay, you're gonna have sex with me. No, like, no, bro. Like, but I would be kind of upset if I couldn't. I'm not like that no more. Like, and then, but I'm not finna get too deep into none of that. That's personal. But yeah, I'm not like that no more. I was a very lustful person, and when I started reading the Bible every day, not only did I lose the desire to smoke, I lost the desire to have sex. And I feel like that was God removing that lustful side of me. But I also kind of lost feelings. It felt like I was losing feelings for my girlfriend as well at the same time. And so I would start to pray to God, and I would ask him, like, what is this? I prayed to him a couple times about this topic. And I'm like, what is this? Why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't want to feel like this towards her. I don't want to, like, what's going on? Like, and I had Googled it. I Googled what that means in the Bible. Like, what is losing feelings for someone in the Bible? What does the Bible say about losing feelings? That's what I Googled. And I remember this Bible verse came up. It was like Hebrew. I can't remember if it was chapter 10 or chapter 20 something. I don't even know how many chapters Hebrew got. I'm not even on Hebrew yet. It was like, I forgot what chapter it was, but it was Hebrew something. And the verse said, basically, when you stop losing feelings for your partner, continue the act of love until you regain your love for them. So continue to kiss them and hug them and stuff like that until you feel it in you again to do that. I didn't feel it in me to do it. I didn't want to kiss. I didn't care about it. I didn't care about it at all. And that lasted for like maybe a month or something. And I was praying to God, asking him, like, yo, what is this? It was on and off for that month. Like, it was more heavier at the beginning of the month, and towards the end of the month, it started to go away slowly but surely. I was asking him, what is this? I looked it up. I seen Hebrew saying what it said, to continue the act of love until you basically regain your love back for your partner, right? And I'm like, okay, like, I guess, like, but it's still hard to do because, like, that feeling was just taken out of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, taken out of me. Like, let me stop, bro. A couple days after I had seen that Hebrew thing that Hebrew chapter and that verse on Hebrew, on Google, a couple days later, the Bible app that I got is called YouVersion. It has a verse of the day. Do you know a couple days later, it was the same verse as the verse of the day that I seen on YouTube? Not the same verse, but it was like either the one before or after, or like a couple before or after, if you know what I mean. Like let's say it was Hebrew chapter 10, verse 20 something. I think it was Hebrew chapter 10, verse 23 or something like that. But the verse of the day was like 26 or 24, something like that. Mind you, I'm praying to God about this. I'm saying, like, why is this happening? Like, then I Googled it. I get the Hebrew chapter 10, verse 23. Or if it's chapter 23, verse 10. I don't know. I can't remember. I got to look it up. I'll put it in the video I'll put it in the video. But, yeah, I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I look it up and it tell me what it told me. The Hebrew chapter, the verse, it told me what it told me. Then a couple days later, the verse of the day was Hebrew. It was that same Hebrew chapter. And it was close. It was almost that same verse. And I said, dang, God. Like, God talks, y'all. God talks. God definitely talks. He definitely talks, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy. But God talks, like, for real. God talks. I'm no longer like a real lustful person. I don't have any desire to smoke weed. I don't have those bad thoughts anymore. God is crazy, y'all. Fast forward to present day and I'm here with my unretwisted hair. But still, God is good. God is real. But yeah, that's it for the video though. This mug is literally an hour long. I was not expecting to sit in here for an hour, but guess that's how testimonies work. Yeah, but I'm gonna get off of her though. Let me get off here, guys.